world is changing. Soon, there will only be the conquered and the conquerors.
Step into the spotlight.
You are a good man.
Step into the spotlight.
With a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be a king.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what you're going to say?
Do we ever know what we're going to say?
No.
Have you done your hair yet?
It's not a lot to work with. Hi, I'm Tim.
I'm Alex.
We are improvising today.
We're always improvising.
Well, yes, but even more than normal. I'd say this is the most amateurish job we've ever done.
We're always amateurish.
Well, yeah. Anyway, we reviewed. If you've seen the last video, then you know that Alex made a promise to me. He promised that we would go and watch Black Panther, which does not seem abnormal unless you know that Alex has refused for a very, very, very long time to watch a Marvel movie with me. This has frustrated me to no end, because I would love to do a review. Anyway, because of pity, we ended up actually seeing the movie.
No, not out of pity.
No? Why?
No.
Did I weigh you down?
No, and I'd like to get this out of the way straight away.
Okay, good.
When I'm going to be talking about the film later, I'm just going to be talking about it as a film.
Okay.
Because the cultural significance of the film is far bigger than that.
We'll talk about that in a minute. So, Black Panther, Marvel movie, comic book movie, based on a comic book character. It's about a superhero. He becomes king, and the movie is about how he becomes king, stays king, and how he deals with some threats to the kingdom and to his throne.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a bit of a... Yeah, that's it, basically. Enjoyed the trailer.
The revolution will not be televised.
Show me my respect and bow down. We own ya, we own ya. We only getting started now, cause we own ya. Everybody think they know me now, cause we own ya. You and I'm a homie now, cause we own ya.
I waited my entire life for this. The world's gonna start over. I'ma burn it all.
What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out.
Wakanda forever!
The revolution will not be televised.
Let's have some fun.
The revolution will be live.
I hope you enjoyed that. We're back. Alex, as a movie, we'll talk about the rest
I'm
later.
not a movie. I'm not a movie.
What did you think of this as a movie? A movie on its own, without the political stuff or anything?
As a film, I thought it was fine. Nothing special. Very much what you'd expect from an action film.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was, that spectacular in terms of visuals.
No.
I thought it worked as a standalone film on its own.
Yeah.
So you, as opposed to something like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which is terrible, you didn't really need to have seen any of the other films beforehand. It sort of worked on its own.
I think that's one of the strong suits of this one, where, I mean, the characters were pretty well written. They were okay written, good actors, a lot of really good black actors, amazing women. And it was a really good Marvel standalone movie. You don't have to know about Infinity Stones or anything else. Like, you don't need it to get the story. It's standalone. It's they try to be a bit James Bondy at times, which kind of works. I liked it. It's not the greatest movie in the world. It's not the best Marvel movie either, if you ask me personally, but it's definitely a good movie. You have some great performances there, some nice acting, some good jokes, a lot of world building. I had a really good time, honestly. Anything to add?
No, just as you said, a lot of good performance. It's like good characters in general, sort of well balanced, not over the top sort of characters, and good female representation. Really, this is a movie when you start thinking about it that has a lot of strong female characters, and female characters that are just that are not talking about men all the time. They are very much their own characters, and some lovely performances in that. Andy Serkis plays, like a human. He doesn't play an ape. He doesn't play Gollum. He doesn't play Snoke. He just plays himself. Well, he plays an asshole, but with a minimum. Maybe he is, but with a minimum of CGI, and it's nice to see his face. It's like, so he was quite muscular in the film.
He was quite muscular.
He's not that muscular in real life.
I have no idea. He's pretty much a beast.
Yeah.
But he played one of the villains. Good villain, honestly. Quite well done.
You wouldn't say a super villain.
He wasn't that. I mean, he wasn't that super. But the other villain, though, I think I heard this on the web, and I kind of agree. Like,
well, he was in the Spider-Man.
No. Like, the most impressive performance of this movie might not be the hero, but the main villain, Killmonger, who's played by an actor, a really good actor. He played
Michael Jordan.
That one.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, not the other one. But who played in the last
Space Jam.
Not Michael Jordan. Michael B. Jordan played in the last Rocky movie, Creed, which was quite good. From the same director, by the way, Ryan Coogler. And he did a great job. Like, I really liked the villain character, clear motivation. It was a good villain. One of the better Marvel villains, which is not very difficult, but...
Yeah, well, definitely, like, clear motivation, and, he has a point. You see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And in some ways you're like, yeah.
I get it.
Let's follow this guy.
Yeah.
Would I say it was an outstanding performance? I'm not sure. I mean, it's still
a superhero movie.
Yeah. So there wasn't a great deal of subtlety there.
No, it's still a superhero. It's still a superhero character. Like that. It's still going to be. It's always going to be a bit quirky. But in the end, if you look at it, this movie does touch on a lot of interesting topics. And now we're going to go talk a bit more about the politics. Like, you can, if you see this just as a movie, then it's an okay movie, not great. But there is so much more attached to it, because this is one of the first movies which really does, well, one of the first mainstream big Hollywood movies
that really features Africa in a big way. As you might see, we are not, the best choice to talk about that because we are extremely white.
The light helps to eliminate this.
Yeah, it's not just the light, I'm afraid. But as Alex, as you told me a couple of days ago, there were only like 2 main white characters, which is interesting for a big Hollywood movie. It doesn't happen that often, and it was and a lot of very strong female characters. There were a lot of really good videos online about how this matters to black people, and I'm going to post a link to one of them down below. Please do check it out because it's very interesting and it kind of changes the way I thought about the movie, and it's very interesting. Alex?
Yeah, there's a lot of, I guess, questions I had going in. So we were discussing, this is the reason why I wanted to see it, to see like how it was done. There's all the questions I had about how they would present Wakanda, whether it would just be generic Africa, whether it would be sort of heavy on the stereotypes. And I don't think I'm in a position to make a judgment on that.
This is where we kind of get in. It's very difficult.
But I think that what the central part of the story is the conflict between the antagonist and the protagonist, I think is an interesting question, and I've heard it's something that is spoken about a lot in the black community. And so interesting to see that they're addressing this issue in a huge blockbuster film.
Yeah, once you really start paying attention to it, they address a lot of things. The role of America in the world, isolationism versus soft power. Once you start thinking about it, there's a lot of stuff there. You don't have to see that. You can just see a very entertaining comic book movie. But there's a lot to take away from that. And also, this is a relevant movie in the Trump era. But yeah, definitely check out some of the one of the links I'll put down below. It's very interesting. It's interesting that this kind of movie can come out in this era.
I mean, one thing I did hear somebody say, a person of black heritage, he said, like, oh my god, this is the first time I've ever seen like black people represented on screen.
Yeah.
In this kind of film, but it's like he's completely ignored the whole career of Spike Lee.
Yeah. But it's
unusual.
I agree. But the difference is that this is a main superhero franchise. This is Marvel. This is worldwide. This movie's probably going to make over $1 billion. This is different. This is mainstream. It's not artsy. It's not for intellectuals. This is for everybody. It's, and we're in Slovakia, which does not have a big black population. But like this represents a different view of Africa to the world than we're used to, because Wakanda is a highly developed country, and that's different than how we view Africa most of the time. So I actually enjoyed this movie. I think there are 2 reasons to go and see this. Go and see this as a fun superhero movie. If you like the other Marvel movies, you'll like this one too. It's not really that difficult. But if you're interested in how they tackle that and how they actually make a superhero movie where a lot of racial things kind of come into it, but it's still a fun story, then go watch it as well. It's very interesting for these days. Alex?
Yeah, pretty much that. And it works as a film without without, if you take away all of the significance of the film, you
Yeah.
can still go and watch it and enjoy it. You shouldn't think of it as a black film or
No.
this is the superhero film for black people. No, it's just
No.
a superhero film.
Yeah, and it can work as this big symbol, but it doesn't have to, because it's just also a good movie, a good superhero movie.
If you're into that sort of thing.
If you're into that sort of thing, I think for me personally, one of the better superhero movies of the last 4 or 5 years. I think the only movie I saw that I liked more was Spider-Man: Homecoming. So yeah, pretty good. Okay, I think that's it for us.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Did you like this movie more than Darkest Hour?
Do you like it? I wouldn't say I liked it more than Darkest Hour.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say it was worse than Darkest Hour.
No, that's
It's a very different film.
Yes, very different. Very different, but also but quite interesting.
But I didn't hate Darkest Hour.
Yeah, me too. There's just more that bugs me about Darkest Hour than about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, we'll see you soonish.
Yeah.
Probably, this has been fun. So please do like, subscribe, do the things you do normally on YouTube. Check out the video.
But then also watch this.
But then also watch this and other stuff, because there's also a lot of other videos. I think we're now up to our 7th or 8th video.
Holy Christ.
We have been productive in the most unproductive way. We approve this message. Ciao.